Get one. Great to get one. Just proud of the guys hung in there. Um, it's been a long, hard road, and it's been a lot said about us, a lot of unfair rhetoric and propaganda about the things that are going on internally in our program. I think it's completely unfair, to be quite honest with you. Just want you guys to know that, just like any other family, you go through things. I don't know what type of family you come from, but I come from a family where it's not always peaches and cream. And our program hadn't been any different this year. We've all been at fault, myself included. Our kids have struggled with the loss of their leader, with me taking over the reins again. I've struggled with some of my decisions. We've gone at each other like any other family. And I'm just proud of our guys for hanging in there and sticking together and getting a really good win. I know P.J. Hall goes down. A lot of people will say, hey, if he's in the game, we don't win it, all of that. I can care less. We won a game. It's been a long time since we won one. I'm proud of our kids. Now we got to come back tomorrow, have a really good mental day, and get ready to go to North Carolina and get another one.
Coach, it seemed like, especially in the second half, down the stretch, that everything wasn't perfect offensively. I know you ended up calling that timeout with about 3 or 4 minutes left after a couple of tough shots. What did you say during that timeout?
Just told our guys that we needed to hit singles. We had been there before where some guys have taken some hairy threes, trying to break the other team's back and, put us over the hump on their own. And that's not what we need. We need the best shot for Louisville. We need to move the ball. Obviously, there are certain circumstances where you want a guy to step into one if he's wide open, but primarily we wanted to move the ball. We wanted to see if we can continue to get the ball in the paint. We couldn't score on the first touch. We wanted to get another paint touch. And at the end of the day, we just wanted to get a good shot for Louisville, not for an individual.
Mike, you talk about all the ups and downs and some of the things you guys have been through, and whether or not it's self-inflicted. Malik has been through a lot of that stuff himself. What was it like just to put him out there? What was the decision to start him, and how did you think about the way he played?
Well, I thought that Malik has been really good the last couple of days in practice. He's reassumed his title, his position as a leader and as a captain. He's been about the right things. To be quite honest, after Miami, we had what you would call a come to Jesus meeting. And in that meeting, I was blatantly honest with our guys in terms of wanting to show some vulnerability and wanting to show them that, like, hey, this isn't on you. Big part of this is on me. They're kids. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to talk back at times. They aren't going to do the right things. And as a leader, I have to find a better way to manage that and have a feel. And I haven't always done that. I'm learning on the fly as well. We all are. And I just wanted them to know that we're in this together. We can have a clean slate. We can start over. We agreed to that. We hugged it out. And it resulted in us being on the same page today and getting a win.
And Mike, you've talked a lot about one win, kind of maybe it opens the floodgates. Maybe you can get things kind of going. But until you get the win, it's hard to think about those things. Can you at least feel sort of a weight come off at this point?
Yeah, huge weights. We lost I don't know how many games in a row, so I feel like there's a huge weight. But at the same time, it's here we go again in like less than 48 hours. So I'm excited about the next one. I'm excited about watching our game against Carolina and seeing where we went wrong and what they've been doing lately and how to attack them and just getting our guys ready to go and being excited about going on the road. Our fans have been great throughout it all. I mean, I feel bad for our fans. I feel bad for our kids first and foremost, but I really feel bad for our fans that we've had such a rough year. But at the same time, I like the passion here is just incredible. The fact that we've lost an unprecedented amount of games in a row and you still get a good crowd like this on a Saturday afternoon and people are cheering for you and pulling for you. We're 10th or 11th in the conference and they're still there. That's incredible. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm so thankful and grateful to be a part. No matter how much longer, I'm thankful that at one time in my career I've been a part of an organization that really pulls for their program and really gets behind the kids. And I'm again, just honored and grateful to be a part of that.
Coach, Noah came off the bench today and really gave you guys a spark. Seemed like he didn't try to do too much, but when he was needed, he stepped up. Just kind of talk about his game off the bench today.
Yeah, I thought Noah was really good for us. Dre goes out with some foul troubles. Sam Williamson came in and did some things, but we felt like because they were small, we wanted to have Noah on the floor. We were struggling to score there in the first half. He made a couple shots, more so in the second half. But I thought he played a solid all-around game. And then, nobody really talked about his defensive effort, but I thought he did a really good job of keeping his chest in front of the ball as well. And, doing the job on the defensive end. They have some really dynamic guards. I thought he excelled there as well as making some shots.
Coach, you said that there were some things said that you felt were unfair. Is there anything in particular that you took issue with?
No, nothing in particular. I don't want to get into the he said, she said. Every now and again I'll make the mistake of scrolling through my timeline and see some things that I don't particularly care for. But, it's the day and age that we live in. Social media, a lot of people have things to say, and you're entitled to that. But, knowing what I know and seeing what I see every day, some of that stuff is just ridiculous. But it is what it is. You can't stop people from, having their own opinions. And, I just wanted to, I got the mic right now. So I want to say what I wanted to say. And our guys stood in and they fought. And we stayed together, and we came together. Again, when you're a part of a family, it's not always going to be perfect. We had a heart-to-heart conversation about some things, got some things on the table, and I think it really set us up to get a win today.
Yeah, Mike, you got 4 regular season games to go, and then the ACC tournament. Have you reset goals, the rest of the way, what it is you guys are trying to achieve?
Yeah, just one at a time. Just have one good day at a time. We're not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves. Sufficient for each day is his own troubles, right? We want to get after it tomorrow mentally, refamiliarize ourselves with Carolina, tighten up some of the things that we didn't do well today, and see if we can go into Carolina on a tough place to play on Monday and get one.
Mike, take us through what's going through your mind when you look up and you see that clock, because you had some time to think about it before Brad Brownell. You shake his hand, and then you said something to the crowd, I think, as you're walking out, too.
Just thankful, right? It's some fans that, and I have no idea who they are. I try my best not to look back. I got my mom and my uncle and my aunt in the stands and my wife, and I know they're there supporting me and they want to help me, and I'm just trying not to even pay them any attention because I got a job to do. But there's some fans that are constantly coming down, even after losses, saying, hey, good job, Coach, good job. So I just wanted to acknowledge them because I really am able to do that. I certainly don't want to do it after a loss. I feel so guilty. But I wanted to just acknowledge them and tell them thank you. And it was heartfelt, and I meant it. And just grateful, again, to be a part of such an organization with the passion that our fan base has.
Mike, is there any chance you're going to sabotage your mom's car or do something to force her to stay?
She's got a thing going, right? She's going to Carolina, I tell you that. She's going to Carolina.
What did you learn about Carolina from the last time, and you're going to play them in just 48 hours here? How do you apply what you learned from there to there?
Well, I remember us really miscommunicating on some switches with Brady Manick and giving him some rhythm threes that we just have to take away. Baycott's going to be Baycott. He can't have Wilt Chamberlain numbers, I would like to think. But, I know that's a blast for the past for the youth, but, he's like a 20-20 machine. He can't have that, right? He's going to play and he's going to get his numbers, but we got to contain him, and we can't miscommunicate switches with Manick, and we have to keep the ball out of the lane when Davis and Love have it. Leaky Black hit 3 threes. A little bit of an anomaly. He's a good player. That's not what he normally does, but, we got to go down there. We got to defend. We have to defend. We have to have a defensive mindset. We have to keep the ball in the lane. We have to communicate switches with Manick, and we have to contain Baycott inside.
Mike, you touched on Malik a little bit, but what does it mean for him not just to play and be a part of things, but to make key plays down the stretch? That offensive rebound, the putback, he took the charge late, plays like that, winning plays.
Well, he's more than anybody, he's used to making those plays, which is why we need him out on the floor. So it was great to have him back, especially in the right frame of mind, the right body, mind, spirit. I talk about it all the time. You have to be fully invested in order to play well. He's fully invested again. His teammates are behind him. I'm behind him. We're moving forward. We are moving forward.
Mike, I think we could hear a little of it, but what was the locker room like just after that long a stretch?
Excited, just guys enthusiastic about getting one, and normally when we get one, we have a poster in there, we rip it down and tear it up. We haven't been able to rip that thing down and tear it up in a while, so it was good to rip that thing down and tear it up and see some guys jumping around, enjoying themselves. When you get 10 rebounds for us, you get to sign the bubble. So Jalen Withers had an opportunity to sign the bubble. So just guys excited one for the other.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.